obviously was not at all concerned with political correctness, saying what the powerful people wanted to hear. Why is it that after 160 years approximately, we seem to have such an incredible concern for political correctness in the faith? The faith does not speak out publicly very often, authoritatively, on issues that are of great interest and importance to the people of the world. The exception being the House of Justice promised world peace. It's 25 years ago, which I thought was a magnificent message. But there seems to be, at least to me, there seems to be a strong tendency for political correctness and certainly political non-involvement, even to the extent of not addressing issues that are clearly Baha'i, like human rights, equality for women, a lot of those subjects that are very basic to our belief system. Why they got killed, and that's why they got imprisoned, one of the reasons. But they definitely were not trying to be politically correct. I mean, Baha'u'llah's letters to the kings, you know, I mean, here is a prisoner and he addresses the head of the government that's got him imprisoned and tells them who he is and what the head of the Ottoman Empire should do, as well as all the other heads. And yet, we eschew that position. We don't follow that position. I would say political correctness is not speaking truth to power. Whatever that might be, who's ever in power. I'll give an example. Back in the 1960s, this country had gone through between 300 and 400 years of slavery, incredible prejudice and oppression against African Americans and Native Americans, both. And it was absolutely contrary to the Constitution of the country. And there was no movement to change it, none. The politicians were thinking it wasn't good politics. You couldn't get elected on running on a civil rights platform. There's an evolution in terminology, which has gone from colored, African American, black. What it'll be next year might be something different. In fact, there's a new book out. What will not black, damn it. Well, most of the people that we call African Americans or interracial or whatever are really interracial. They're multiracial. That's a different point. What my concern is, there are clearly Baha'i principles. Baha'u'llah has articulated them. Abdu'l-Baha's clarified them. House of Justice has talked about them, and so on. And it seems to me, and I personally feel very strongly about this, when there's a Baha'i principle involved, whether it's equality for women or fairness and justice for all citizens, whether they're Native American, African American, or women, or non-property owners, or whoever, if there's an issue there and the government is not dealing with it justly, I think the Baha'is have to speak up. Okay, there's determination in a real-life situation. I'm talking to somebody about the faith, okay? Now, do I follow Baha'u'llah's example of being unrestrained as the wind when he presented the message to the kings? When he said exactly who he was not being politically correct? Or do I Do I think in terms of wisdom, which may be another name for expediency, that I will only give so much of the revelation as I think the person can handle? I think most teachers do that. They try to. Abdu'l-Bahá did it, in fact, when he came to the United States. He recast Baha'u'llah's teachings in terms that the Western mind was more compatible with, the principles and so on. And so maybe each Baha'i has to recast the faith in a manner in which he thinks it will be possible for the person they're teaching to receive it, or get enough of it so they'll start investigating it on their own and get the deeper meanings later. I can understand that. What I can't understand is a wholesale avoidance of issues that are of such vital interest over the world. Global hunger, global pollution of our environment, global warming, depravity, materialism, and so on. Why aren't the Baha'is out in the forefront on these issues? It seems to me, in my 50 years of experience, we've been behind the curve on every one of the vital issues in this country. And I think it's not the fault of the faith, per se, or what's in the writings. I think it's the fault of the Baha'is.
Lack of teaching.
For being timid, for one thing. Timidity.
Lack of
fear of losing their job, fear of alienating somebody, fear of getting on the bad list, you know, if you're a professor. It just seems to me there ought to be more of this kind of discussion in the faith. Thy name is my healing, O my God, and remembrance of Thee is my remedy. Nearness to Thee is my hope, and love for Thee is my companion. Thy mercy to me is my healing and my succor in both this world and the world to come. Thou verily art the all-knowing, the all-bounteous, the all-wise.